What if I told you the world's greatest boxer hated to fly and almost missed the Olympics because of it? The same Olympics where he won gold. The same man who would later be stripped of his championship title for refusing to fight in a war he didn't believe in. This is the story of Muhammad Ali and how the fights that defined him weren't always in the ring. When we talk about boxing greats, there's always debate. Who hit harder? Who had the better record? Who won more titles? But when it comes to who changed the world through boxing, there's only one answer. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a champion. He was a revolution in human form, a poet with fists, a dancer who just happened to knock people out for a living. But here's what most people miss. Ali's greatest victories weren't counted by a referee. It all started with a stolen bicycle in Louisville, Kentucky, 1954. A 12-year-old boy, still known then by his birth name, furiously told a police officer who also happened to be a boxing trainer that he wanted to beat up whoever stole his bike. The officer looked at this angry kid and suggested he learn how to fight first. That chance encounter launched the career of boxing's most iconic figure. The young boxer trained relentlessly. By 14, he won his first amateur bout. By 18, he was a Golden Gloves champion. And by 19, the best amateur light heavyweight in America. Then came the 1960 Rome Olympics. He almost didn't go, terrified of flying. Imagine that. The man who would float like a butterfly, almost grounded by fear. But he went, and he dominated. And he came home with a gold medal hanging proudly around his neck. He walked into a Louisville restaurant, medal gleaming, and was told they didn't serve people of his race. His quick-witted response highlighted the absurdity, but he still couldn't get a hamburger. That moment planted a seed, the realization that even Olympic gold couldn't buy equality in America. He turned professional after winning 100 of his 105 amateur fights. He wasn't the biggest heavyweight, under 190 pounds, but he moved like no heavyweight before him. He danced, he shuffled. He kept his hands down, defying boxing convention. And he talked. Oh, how he talked. His trash talk before facing the heavyweight champion. But something magical happened that night in 1964. The challenger moved like a middleweight, not a heavyweight. He frustrated the champion. Made him miss. Made him tired. By the sixth round, the unthinkable happened. The champion quit on his stool. Wouldn't come out for the seventh. The boxing world was shocked. But the real shock came just 2 days later. The new champion announced he had joined the Nation of Islam. Shortly after, he changed his name to Muhammad Ali. This wasn't just a name change, it was a declaration, a statement that he was taking control of his identity in a country that had tried to define him since birth. For the next 3 years, Ali dominated heavyweight boxing, defended his title 9 times, never in danger of defeat. Then came 1967 and a fight nobody expected. As the Vietnam War escalated, Ali received his draft notice, but instead of enlisting like most celebrities did for publicity, Ali refused. He made it clear he had no quarrel with the Vietnamese people. They had never mistreated him, never used racial slurs against him. The backlash was immediate and severe. His boxing license revoked, his championship stripped. Facing 5 years in prison, at 25 years old, the absolute prime of his athletic career, Muhammad Ali chose principles over glory. For 3.5 years, the greatest boxer in the world couldn't box. They took his livelihood, his platform, everything except his voice. When Ali finally returned to the ring in 1970, he wasn't the same fighter. The lightning speed had diminished. The years of prime athletic performance gone forever, but something new emerged, a deeper resilience, a willingness to endure pain. This new Ali faced a formidable undefeated champion in 1971. In what was called the fight of the century, the first time 2 undefeated heavyweight champions met in the ring. Ali lost that night, his first professional defeat. But the story was just beginning. After another surprising loss to a fighter who broke Ali's jaw, Ali recommitted himself, built a training camp near a lake in Pennsylvania, chopped wood, ran miles, reinvented himself. He avenged both losses, beating both men in rematches. But the mountain seemed insurmountable when he challenged for the title in 1974. The new champion had demolished both fighters who beat Ali in just 2 rounds each. He was younger, stronger, and hit harder than anyone in boxing history. Nobody gave Ali a chance. Nobody except Ali himself. In Zaire, Africa, in a fight promoted as the Rumble in the Jungle, Ali unveiled a strategy so crazy, his own trainers feared for his life. He leaned against the ropes, let his opponent punch himself tired, whispered in his ear between blows, taunting him about his power. And when the champion was exhausted, Ali struck. A combination of blows sent him crashing to the canvas. Against all odds, at 32 years old, Muhammad Ali was champion again. Ali would go on to face his greatest rival one more time in the brutally hot Philippines, the Thrilla in Manila, a fight so punishing, Ali later said it was the closest to death he ever felt. He'd become the first three-time heavyweight champion after regaining the title in 1978. But as his career wound down, something became painfully clear. The punches had taken their toll, his speech slowed, his movements became less fluid. By 1984, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The dancing butterfly was grounded. Yet even as his body failed him, Ali's spirit soared. He traveled the world as an ambassador for peace, lit the Olympic torch in Atlanta despite trembling hands, received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Muhammad Ali fought 61 professional fights and won 56 of them. But his most important fights weren't counted by judges or referees. He fought for religious freedom when he changed his name. He fought against war when he refused the draft. He fought for racial justice his entire life. And even when Parkinson's ravaged his body, he fought to show the world dignity in the face of suffering. So what made Muhammad Ali the greatest? Was it the Olympic gold? The heavyweight titles? The knockout power? No. It was his willingness to risk everything: fame, fortune, freedom, for what he believed was right. In his own words, he made it clear he knew where he was going, knew the truth, and didn't have to be what others wanted him to be. He was free to be himself. The greatest never stop fighting, even when the ring is gone. If you found this story inspiring, hit that subscribe button. Not because I asked, but because, like Ali, you make your own choices.